The Santala desk lamp has a sleek modern design with a built-in wireless Qi charger, but is it the right lamp for your smart desk setup? Stick around to find out. Greetings Internet, it's Dustin again with my HomeKit Home, bringing you all things Apple HomeKit, from news to how-tos to product reviews, just like this one. So if that's something that you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our new videos as soon as they're released. Lighting is probably the HomeKit product category with the widest variety of options. However, we don't have a lot of choices when it comes to standalone lamps. That's why I was pretty excited whenever Santala reached out to us to see if we wanted to review their smart desk lamp. Now, although they did provide this review unit for this video, all of my opinions here are completely those of my own and weren't influenced by Santala in any way. So if you're interested in picking up the Santala desk lamp, you'll find a link in the description box down below. So let's see what we get inside the box. All right, so let's break this thing down, shall we? The Santala desk lamp does have a pretty flexible positioning system with the support arm of the lamp extending at about 90 degrees from the base, and the lamp head itself extending from the support arm at about 135 degrees. It does have 4 adjustable color temperatures and 10 adjustable brightness levels as well. The base of the device does have a built-in wireless Qi charger, and on the back of the device there is a USB port for those devices that don't support wireless charging. It does also have touch controls on the base of the device, and you can then adjust the color temperature from there. More on that in a bit. So at its max brightness, you'll get about 800 lumens out of this lamp. It does come with a 12-watt power adapter. I didn't get one in my review unit, but I think something just went wrong there. You should get one. Other than that, it connects to HomeKit over a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, and really that's about it. So let's get into the setup of the device. Now, I always like to use the manufacturer's app, so going into it for the first time, you'll need to give it permission to access your home data. But once you've done that, you'll tap the plus button at the top right. You'll scan the code, which is located on the back of the support arm, and you'll go ahead and port over all of your Wi-Fi credentials, of course, if you want to, and if you don't, then you probably want to stop and just use the touch controls. Anyway, so once we've done that, you'll see that the light will blink, and as it connects to our Wi-Fi network, it just takes a few moments. I didn't have any issues with it. Sometimes with Wi-Fi devices, we do have issues with it connecting the first time. This time I didn't. Took a couple of extra seconds, but there was nothing that I thought was out of the ordinary there. So getting into the device itself, we see that it is just labeled as a lamp. You may notice here that some things look a bit kind of naked. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if this is on Santala's app side or whatever it is. It did add to HomeKit just regularly, but we didn't have, the labels there like we normally do, but we have everything else. So I went ahead and added it to a couple of scenes here, to my all lights off scene, my not the arriving home scene. I also added it to my leaving home scene, as well as my good night scene, which are scenes that I have set up that really do include all of my lights. So when it comes to the Santala app, there's not a whole lot that we can do here. We can turn the light on and off. Of course, we can look at our other HomeKit accessories as well, since it does use our HomeKit data. But really, other than that, the best thing that the Santala app is good for are firmware updates. My lamp was up to date whenever I received it. I'm not sure, honestly, how often they do firmware updates, but it's always good to make sure that you've got your firmware updated, just so that you're not having any issues with security and those sorts of things. As you can see here with the device itself, we can increase and decrease the brightness. I looked everywhere in this app for the ability to adjust the color temperature, and it just seems like it doesn't exist, at least not in this app. So that was pretty disappointing there. Other than that, there's not a whole lot you can do. If you do want to set up this lamp with one of the other major voice assistants, you can do that in the settings, but you'll have to sign up for their cloud service. If you're using HomeKit, no big deal. Jumping over to Apple's Home app here, we can see that we have just about the same functionality. We can turn the light on and off. We can see here that, again, we don't have access to the color temperatures, which is the biggest downside of this device. We do see here that we can move it to different rooms. We can add it to other scenes, the suggested scenes. We can also add it to any sort of automation that we normally would in HomeKit. So a couple of things that I really do like about this lamp, the first of which is the design. I really like how sleek and modern and just kind of how well this fits in with the whole Apple aesthetic. If you're using an iMac, the brushed aluminum really plays well with all of your iMacs and MacBook Pros and all of those things. I also really like the wireless Qi charger. It's not going to charge your devices super quickly, but you can get a couple of extra percentage points while you're working. I also really like that it has the USB port in the back for those devices that aren't Qi compatible. And if your power brick is large enough, you can charge both your phone and your iPad at the same time. That's a pretty good thing. Now, the biggest downside about this lamp, and it's no big secret, and that's the lack of the color temperature integration in HomeKit. So in my office here, I do have all of my lights set on a schedule. So during the day, they are a more cooler light, and in the evenings, they are a warmer light, depending on if I'm in the room or not. I can't automate this lamp with that. So for me, it's kind of a deal breaker, honestly, for my office, that is. I don't want to have to change the color and the touch controls. Again, I'm not a big fan of touch controls. I want physical feedback when I'm touching something physical. But I do imagine the lack of the color temperature integration in HomeKit has to do with the manufacturing process and them just trying to keep the lamp at a pretty low price point, which it does have. So if adjusting the color temperature is not a big deal for you, then you might be interested in this lamp. And if you are, you'll find a link to it in the description box down below. Also in the description box, you'll find a link to our written review of the Santala desk lamp over at myhomekithome.com, as well as links to our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at myhomekithome. If you have any questions about this desk lamp, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below and we'll do our best to answer them. As always, if you found today's video useful, please give us a big thumbs up. It really does help others find our content and it helps the channel out quite a bit. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our new videos as soon as they're released. Well, that's a wrap for this one, folks. I do thank you for watching, and until I see you in the next one, this has been Dustin with My HomeKit Home.